welcome back to Center on the Hill. I'm Kirsten Puskar, the diabetes nutrition educator, and this is my third video. Today we're going to be talking about blood sugar. That's why I'm in this beautiful red. And I also have somebody else here with me, the director of Mary Angela for Center on the Hill. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Kirsten. It's so great to see you. Thank you for being with us. We really appreciate all you've been doing. It's been really helpful
My pleasure.
have this information. So it's been really great. So yeah, I'm excited. As I think I mentioned in the previous video, I have been borderline diabetic for probably the good part of 15 to 20 plus years now. So the good news is it can be watched and maintained, which is what I'm trying to do right now.
Fantastic.
It's definitely not always easy. So let's talk a little bit about what exactly is blood sugar or glucose.
So when you eat food, the energy is made from your cells, and the food breaks down to be energy for your cells, and that energy for your cells is the sugar in your blood. And yes, whether you call it blood sugar or blood glucose, it's the exact same thing. And we want to have just enough to give us enough energy. Have another question?
So yeah, so that sort of answers, but why is it needed? I mean, I guess obviously you just said energy, so we need.
It's for energy, definitely, and we get it from carbohydrates. So if you had a life of just having proteins and fats, that your body would be in a lot of trouble, because it's very difficult for your body to make energy from proteins and fats. So when we eat carbohydrates, it can easily increase our blood sugar and give us the energy that we need during the day.
Great. So how does it fluctuate? Like what does that look like?
So as the dessert after Easter or Passover and all these other holidays have been going on, we're having a little more carbohydrates than we're used to. The sugar can build up in our blood, and your liver and your muscles try to absorb as much as they can, but that doesn't always happen, and you end up with extra sugar in your veins. And with that, your body has all kinds of problems. So we want to keep your blood sugar in, if you check your blood sugar, we want it to keep it in the range of 80 is pretty low, but from 80 to 140 is a good range before you eat. If you're going to check your sugar after you eat, this is 2 hours after you eat. Don't check it an hour after you eat. You're going to have a heart attack. It's going to be really high. Don't look at it then. It's just a blip in this thing. You look at it 2 hours after you've eaten, and it should be under 180. So 180 or so after, a couple hours after, but between 80 and 140 before you eat. So that's a good thing.
Okay, are there some patterns we should look for?
Absolutely. In the morning, you're going to see, if you have a continuous glucose monitor, you'd be able to see how your blood will be slightly, well, right in the middle when you're sleeping. So it could be anywhere from 100, 120, 130 all night long. And you get out of bed and your sugar we're going to drop, because you started moving around and using that energy. It takes the sugar out of your veins, which is great because you're the energy you need. You get ready for your day. Your blood sugar could actually drop down into the 80s. And then you sit and you have your breakfast, and then it goes back up. Again, it could go all the way up to 180, so don't look at it right while you're eating. Give yourself 2 hours, and then it will come back down, and it should float down in the day anywhere between 80 and 140. Usually you'll be in the 100s, 130s. Those are pretty good numbers. And then it will drop again before lunchtime, maybe down until the 80s or the 90s. And then you'll have a lunch with some carbohydrates, and your sugar will go back up. If you see that maybe you had extra biscuits or something for breakfast, or jelly on your toast, a little couple pieces, your sugar before lunch might be already 150. So then you would look for a lunch where you're not going to have as many carbs, because your blood still has a sugar in it. So then you would have more of a tuna on a salad. You aren't going to have a sandwich. You're going to have more of a salad or a vegetable soup, that kind of thing. And then that'll keep your sugar down. But if you are like 80 or 75, then yeah, you're going to have a sandwich. You're going to have some fruit. You're going to think about all the different carbohydrate foods. It's the grains, it's the fruits, it's the pasta, it's these kind of things, the rice, all that. Potatoes, starchy vegetables, sweet potatoes. So if your blood sugar is low, you're not going to have so many at the meal. But if your blood sugar is elevated, if your blood sugar is low, then you're going to have as many as you want within reason. If your blood sugar is already high before the meal, then you're not going to have as many carbohydrates. Another thing is, this is whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. If you wake up in the morning and your blood sugar is 190, yeah, you're going to be having eggs and spinach. You're not going to have any carbs. Drinking lots of water and ways to bring it down. But I was going to tell you something. Now I forgot. Did you have another question?
Sure. So tell me a little bit about symptoms of high and low blood sugar. How do you know? How would I know if I'm having a sugar high or sugar
Some
low?
people have symptoms of high blood sugar, and some people have low symptoms of low blood sugar. Not everybody does. I know a few people who have low blood sugar. They're walking around below 70 and they don't even know it. A low blood sugar, you're going to feel shaky. You're going to be sweaty. You're going to be so hungry. You're going to forget things. You're going to be out of your mind. Probably not a good time to drive. If you know you have to go somewhere and it's before a meal, it's a good idea to check your blood sugar before you get in the car. This is for people who normally check their blood sugars and would have a wide range. People in the pre-diabetes range typically don't have such low lows or such high highs. So, but for the people who are checking their blood sugar, you know, if you're going on getting in the car and then you have a low blood sugar, you could get confused. You could have bad news. So you want to have some carbohydrates in the car for you. That could be some hard mints. It could be some glucose tablets. You need a little water with those. They're a little dry. Some grapes, of course. A half a cup of any kind of juice or of regular soda, that can help relieve the low blood sugar. So the low blood sugar is very uncomfortable, and once you get your blood sugar back up, your day is still kind of messed up. So we really want to avoid, they call it hypoglycemia, to low blood sugar. And the other one is high blood sugar. And high blood sugar, I have people who don't have any symptoms, that's most of the people. And some people, they'll go blind in one eye, they'll have blurry vision, they'll have painful feet, but mostly high blood sugar is triggered, you'll know you'll have it because you're hungry, which is weird, you're really, really thirsty, and you're going to the bathroom all the time. So, but then you could also have these neuropathy things where you have problem with your seeing and also your problems with your feet. There's another way that high blood sugar messes with us, and if you don't have the peripheral things like your fingers and your toes, your vision, you might have things with your organs, and that is where your stomach doesn't digest the food as fast. So you'll sit down, have your lunch, and then 3 hours later, that lunch is still sitting in your stomach. That's called gastroparesis, and this is just another symptom of high blood sugar, and we want to bring that down. Did you have another question?
Okay, no, that's good. Wow, that was. Well, I'm sitting and thinking like, did I ever? Okay, no, we're good. But those are good to know, things to keep in mind.
It's tricky.
So, can we talk about some treatments to keep our blood sugar in that target range? Maybe some foods.
Absolutely. When you're having your meals, you really want to fill up on vegetables. So half your plate should be vegetables, whether you're having 2 cups of vegetables for a salad, if you're going to have some roasted vegetables like broccoli or something, some steamed broccoli with maybe some vegetable soup. It doesn't have to be full, 2 or 3 cups of the same vegetable. It can be a variety of different ways that you have vegetables, but just having more plants on half your meal is a great idea. A quarter of your meal would be the protein, whether it's that marinated baked tofu that I like so much, or the fake and bacon, which is the tempeh and the smoky and it's delicious, but also like a chicken pie, something like this. You probably want between 3 to 4 or 5 ounces of protein, a can of tuna. The bigger you are, the more protein you're going to want. The smaller you are, the smaller, less protein. So a quarter of your plate is the protein, and then a quarter of your plate would be the carbohydrates. So that could be the fruit, it could be the grains, it could be bread, it could be potatoes, sweet potatoes, all that kind of thing. So by looking at having more vegetables, this really helps balance your blood sugars. You just get enough carbohydrates with the meal that your sugar is nice and steady, and you're still getting the protein and the vegetables to keep you full. And also protein helps you build muscle, and vegetables are honestly, they're our multivitamin. So the more vegetables you can figure out in variety of your diet, the more healthy you're going to be. They're really saying that what you get in a multivitamin is really about 10% of what you would get out of vegetables. So always try to have some vegetables with your meal, and that will really help with your blood sugar. And like I said, the range we want to keep it is you're not starving with low blood sugar, and you're not full all day long with high blood sugar. So I don't know if that helps.
Great, it does.
Okay.
Can you tell me a little bit about water's role in this? Everybody always talks about, we want to drink water, drink so much water, got to drink water.
Water definitely helps
water?
lubricate your body. It helps dilute your blood. It also helps to keep your blood sugar. If you end up in a situation where you know, it's Easter or it's a holiday, you're seeing your family and you're eating a little bit too much, make sure you're having, and same thing with alcohol, make sure you're having drinks with your desserts, you know, water, drinking water with your beverages, water with, you know, everything. Water helps lubricate your body, but also just washes everything out. It's very easy to get high blood sugar being dehydrated. So if you're having your meals all nice and then you just, I've had some people, a couple of women actually say, I can go the whole day without drinking any water. I'm like, yeah, and you have high blood sugar. So we have to look at how we can have, you know, you're really aiming for a cup of water with every meal and a couple more for like snacks. And, you know, if you can drink more of your water before the end of dinner, that's going to help at nighttime when you're going to the bathroom and that kind of thing. So trying to have more of it in the morning and lunchtime is always a good idea. But yeah, so if you find yourself with low blood sugar, you want to take a carbohydrate, whether it's a half a glass of juice or some of those, you know, hard candies, that kind of thing with some water. That's to get it to work quickly. If you have a high blood sugar, you want to have some water and you want to exercise. If there's any way you can get out and walk around the block. Some people are on insulin. They can take more medicine. Fast-acting insulin could bring their sugar down. And it does it by the insulin, all the sugar in the veins. The insulin opens up the cells, so the sugar leaves the veins and goes into the cells so that you have less sugar in your veins. That sugar in the veins is a real problem. It causes you to have higher cholesterol. It causes us to gain weight. There's just so many things that having high blood sugar is. It's not just, oh, you're going to lose, you know, have some amputation or you're going to be blind. It really just affects your kidneys. Drink lots of water. It's really important.
I got the message. I'm going to drink lots of water. I'm going to go get a glass of water right now when we're done talking.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm a little thirsty myself.
Sounds good. Well, great. That was very insightful and helpful. Is there anything else you wanted to let us know about blood sugar before we go?
My goal with the blood sugar is to go to bed with a blood sugar that is basically between 140 and 100. You don't want to go to bed full and you don't want to go to bed hungry. So if you find that you've had a light dinner and it's, you know, 10 or 11 o'clock, you're going to go to bed and you're a little hungry, you know, have a carbohydrate and a protein. So that would be cheese and crackers or peanut butter and apples or some nuts, something that if you just go for the berries or the grapes before you go to bed, it's going to give you high blood sugar and then it's going to drop again. So have a little protein in there. But if we can manage our blood sugar in the evening from when we go to bed to when we wake up, that's a huge chunk of our lives. And if we can keep that in a good range, then it balances out any kind of problems that we have during the day. So have a snack before bed if you're feeling a little hungry.
Great. That's very helpful. Thank you so much, Kirsten.
My pleasure.
Here. Really appreciate it. We look forward to talking with you again soon. And thanks everybody so much for tuning in.
My pleasure. Have a great day, everybody.